You know the way you say, oh, I love my husband, I love my wife, they are my biggest support. Are you their biggest support as well? Can that be said of you? Your partner married you for who you are, but they also married you for how you look.
So is it my responsibility to maintain how I look?
Exactly.
I was not ready for you to answer that way. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode and the first episode of my Wheat podcast. What is that? In this podcast segment, we'll be delving into things that provoke your mind to think, what is that? When it comes to friendship, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to life, when it comes to pregnancy, when it comes to motherhood, when it comes to money, any aspect of your life that provokes you to think further and ask, what is that? That is what this podcast will be talking about. And I'm so excited to have my first guest here. Gosh. Stephanie.
Yay!
Nafani kuimbie ka kid. I know.
Yes.
I'm so honored to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
And I am elated that I'm the first guest.
I know.
I beat everyone to
imagine
it.
we've planned to shoot together from last year. So
It's been a whole year.
I'm just so happy that you're here. And I don't want to introduce you. Tell us something about yourself.
Okay, my name is Stephanie, as you've heard, or Fitness by Stephanie is what
Yes.
people refer to me as on Instagram and all other social media platforms. I am a personal trainer and fitness coach. I am also a person who owns dresses, as you can see.
Not just tights.
People are used to seeing me in tights all the time, so I own some dresses and I look
You
cute
look
in them. I look cute in them.
You look cute.
Yeah, I am a fitness coach and I am a presence. I live large. I'm fearless. I'm bold. I love it about myself.
Wow, I love that introduction.
And I am also a mother and a wife and a sister and a friend. And,
Lovely.
And your defender in the queue at the supermarket. Yeah.
Lovely.
People won't cut
Lovely.
mbele yako. I'm that person.
Yeah. So we've interacted before. We've done a live together, by the way.
Yes, we have.
Was it on postpartum and fitness
Yes.
or something? And one of the things I loved about your coaching session that I had is
Yes.
how practical it is to life.
Yeah.
Like even my friend says, we love your approach because it's day to day. It's just not one-term solution. It's long-term and sustainability.
Exactly.
Sustainability is key for you.
Yes.
So that's why I thought, you're the best person for this conversation because you think about things holistically and long-term.
And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Fitness does not, it's not autonomous. It doesn't stand on its own. Fitness improves your health. It improves your relationships. It improves your well-being. It improves your environment. You think about so many other things. We can't just exercise and then forget about it for the rest of the day.
True.
It affects every other part of your life. And
Yeah.
all the habits you have in the 23 hours you're not exercising with me affect that 1 hour we are training. So if I don't talk
Yeah.
about how that ties in with exercise,
Every other thing.
there'll be a huge
Disconnect.
misfit and disconnect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this episode, by the way, is triggered by a DM I got, and
Yeah.
it's going to be specific about fitness in marriage. Hey, I got this DM and I was like, "Hi, I can't even answer this. Like, I don't have experience in this, but I'm willing to learn."
Yeah.
And so I'm going to share the message that I got so that we can dive into the conversation of what is fitness in marriage and what it can look like and where we can be going wrong as married people and we don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's dive into this DM.
All
So
right.
I think we were talking about in this conversation that I was having just postpartum and women generally when I got this DM when it said, my husband gained excess weight. Mark you, he wasn't overeating or anything. 3 years on, and this is not the guy I married. I roll. And shedding it has become an uphill task. At first, I laughed. But then I thought it was just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I said, yeah, it happens. Even mine gained weight. then shared it later.
Yeah.
And she said, at least yours is intentional about it. And I said, okay, have you ever raised it up? And she said, oh, so many times. Even bought him a home gym equipment, paid for gym subscription, which he does go, even tried those GNLD sijui ban coffee things. So I said, right, as long as he's trying, Amma. And he said, she said, scratch that. I think I'm really trying on his behalf.
She's doing the most.
Yes, yeah. So she continues and says, you know, I'm really petite. I shed my weight under 6 months postpartum, not willingly though. Him on the other side, he's tall, and then add the weight. The contrast is too much and it makes it worse. People never spare us from their comments. He is unbothered, but I am. So my response was, well, this is tough. I hear your side, I understand it, especially because he's unbothered and she is bothered. So I wonder if there are couples who face this. And I asked her, do you mind if we make this a topic? And she said, I don't mind. I would love to hear experiences of others. And she gave me a backstory. So we got pregnant, and all of a sudden he started getting stressed about adding a child to the family. His coping mechanism is stress eating. So he started adding a little weight here and there for the 9 months. You know, we say we are pregnant together. Then baby came and his stress weighed down on me and I experienced postpartum depression. Actually, I added 26 kilograms during my pregnancy from 43 kgs. So I lost all that and went back to 45, my current weight. His is still at around 90 to 100 kilograms. Well, he is not that huge, but he's huge. My main problem is that when we are having sex, he would always be like, oh, let me catch a break. Let me catch a breath. Mara, oh, I have a muscle pull. And everything stops abruptly. So I asked, is finances the issue stressing him? Because he sounds stressed. And she said, when we got pregnant, yes, he hadn't been paid for over 3 months. Then he had to resign and look for another job. But 3 years down the line, we are good. Also, I believe. So I asked, does he go to the gym? Since now that's amelipiwa.
Yeah.
I said, no, my money always goes to waste like that. So I asked her, and how is his mental health? Okay, I was trying to look for a solution.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So she said, Mark, I don't force it on him. He's the one who brings these ideas, and I try to support him. And she said, I think he's struggling with something, especially because I earn more from work and business. I said, have you tried therapy? For herself, yes. However, he does not believe in it. So I thought, let's dive into the conversation, because this was quite something. And
the first thing I've thought after that message or those messages is, do we have enough time
for this conversation?
Because that thread has so much to unpack.
Yes.
And there's so much that is not even fitness. The first thing that has come to my mind is, this is somebody who's not in a good place, her husband.
Yeah.
And I would totally relate. When us guys got married, the first thing we experienced in our marriage was a job loss. 2 days after coming back from a tiny honeymoon. Tiny.
Really tiny.
Yeah, we need to redo it. No, we need to redo it because it was just 2 days.
Yeah, you need it.
So we need to redo it. And the first thing we experienced was job loss. And the stress that put on our marriage for the first year was incredible.
Was job loss on your part or his?
No, his.
That's a lot.
So we need to understand, first of all, the way we are socialized as women and as Africans. And I don't even think it's just here, even in the West. The man is the one who provides. See, we keep calling him provider, protector, priest. Now, his provision avenue has been messed up. And then there's a baby on the way. That guy cannot be in the right headspace.
Ooh, it's a lot.
So before I even
And I'm guessing even there was COVID 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So even as she's saying, now we are in a good place, I'm not judging, but I'm thinking very logically in terms of what she's actually explained. There's a lot to unpack there, and it is not the fitness and the weight gain. He's not in a good, that's what you're assuming.
No, like he has a job now.
Okay, so you're assuming he's good because he has a job. You get?
Yeah.
So I would say that whole thing needs a lot of unpacking. And then there's also a huge amount of expectations she had on him and that he had on himself to be a provider in this home. The last thing that's on his mind is losing weight.
Oh, yeah, he has bigger problems.
You want me to lose weight and my child has nowhere to be born? I have no money to pay for my wife to go to hospital. A man will not come. Let me tell you, first of all, I don't train men much nowadays. And that is because I niched out into pre and postpartum fitness.
Which you're good at.
Yes, and I love it. I thrive in that space. That's the fitness space for me. But one of the things I can tell you is that I have not trained any man who's not financially stable. Men don't come for fitness until things are in order.
Woo!
Unlike us,
Hey.
you see, let me paint a picture for you on how, especially people rising in the corporate ladder, approach fitness. When a lady is targeting a promotion, she gets fit. And she gets snatched.
To look good.
To look good, to look the part, to look like she's put together. She changes her wardrobe. She hires a stylist. She does a photo shoot.
Yeah, true.
Senior, you've seen them?
Image.
She gets an image consultant.
Yes.
She joins a public speaking group, Toastmasters. She polishes her skills.
Yeah.
So that when she's interviewed for that promotion,
She looks ready.
she's ready and she's looking the part. They're like, this is the image we want for that position, CEO, whatever. Men on the flip side do the hard work. They network. They put themselves in circles where they will be hard and learn something. They invest with people who are like-minded.
That's very true.
Then when they get the job,
Yeah.
then they come to me. Okay, Steph, I landed branding manager.
Okay, that makes so much sense.
Now I need to look like the big boss that I am.
We are so different. Men
Very
are from
different.
Mars.
We are wired so different. So those are the things that I think maybe can guide us on this conversation as we go along.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to unpack. The last thing on his mind is how he looks and how much weight he's gained. And the first thing on her mind is that, because there's also a privilege she had that she's not understanding. She has lost the weight she gained postpartum.
Just like that. And she didn't try.
She didn't try.
Hey.
So now she's wondering why you are not trying.
But she didn't
That
try.
is coming from a privileged point.
Yeah.
So bodies are also different.
Yeah.
You and I can be on the same exact program, Maggie.
I mean, we have kids the
Sindio?
same age.
Same age. Ukiangalia stats, you're like, hata
Yeah.
miaka ijachana sana, we are good to go. Let's start this program.
Yeah.
In 3 months, your gains will be different from mine. Your body is different. Your genetics are different. Your lifestyle, your habits are different.
So we shouldn't be so quick to speak from a point
Exactly.
of privilege.
And be very light on the judgment. So
Trust me.
the first point I wanted to make is that your partner married you for who you are and also married you for how you look.
Yes.
And so did you. That was the comeback. So did you. So
But
you are there.
Steph, see,
Wait.
then they change.
Let me talk first to the women.
Okay, sawa,
Let me talk to the women because
Okay,
we are busy
okay.
saying that it's so bad when somebody tells you umejiachilia. Sindio?
Yeah.
But isn't that what we've done to this guy? I'm putting us we because we're here talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay? So we are assuming sasa amejiachilia. Right? I mean, he is even getting free gym membership.
Na gym equipment iko home.
Na gym equipment.
Eh.
Na me, kwanza me, I even went an extra mile. I lost my weight. Me. Your partner married you for who you are, but they also married you for how you look.
So is it my responsibility to maintain how I look?
Exactly.
I was not ready for you to answer that way. What do you mean?
Somebody on social media says I stay shouting. But you see, for me, I look at it from a coaching point.
Uh-huh.
The things that drive the challenges that you have becoming or you turning them around is how you think and your perspective. And also how there's a disadvantage of how you are cultured. Yeah. Unfortunately, when you gain weight and in a short time frame, that is perceived as lack of self-care. Perceived, it's not accurate.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be, sometimes it might not be.
Yeah.
So it is perceived as lack of self-care, lack of self-love, disrespect. Like, it's like I invite
Jipendi.
you. Exactly. I invite you for a wedding, alafu unakuja na Crocs. Unaona venye
Yeah.
kidogo, even before the photographer will be making sure how that camera is passing above those legs, because those Crocs cannot be in that lady's video for the rest of her life. She'll just be on that story forever.
Yeah.
Like, aki, imagine nani alikujanga wedding yangu na Crocs.
Yeah.
They have disrespected themselves to the level that now they are disrespecting you.
Yeah.
So in marriage, you find that when one person is, quote unquote, I put it in quotes because sometimes it's not your doing, it's your genetics, like her. You've lost the weight. Now me, I've gained. Kwani, what am I thinking? Why am I doing this to you? Because she's saying people are making comments.
Yeah.
And yet he's unbothered. Me, I'd be very unbothered, by the way, honestly. If my husband is unbothered about comments about him, I would be the most unbothered person ever.
But if whatever is bothering you is affecting you.
So that one, you need to address what is happening between the two of you. It has nothing to do with these people who are making. The third parties that are making comments should not bother her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If they're not bothering him, she shouldn't allow it to bother her, because she's taken it as her responsibility.
Ooh, that's true. Hey, the gym equipment.
Yeah, she's invested.
Yeah.
And she's very heavily invested now in this.
Already.
Yeah, she's invested in this weight loss that this guy is not boarding. Which weight loss are you talking about? Me, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So acknowledge that when you get married, you need to maintain fitness, health, good image, the style you had for yourself first. And it changes. Like for women, it changes. Every time you have a baby, you are a different person. You buy new clothes because the ones you were wearing before, they don't fit the way you liked it. Or you've become a different person. You're older now, your life is different.
Yeah.
We move from maternity clothes to nursing clothes, then now to regular clothes. So your wardrobe keeps changing. For men, it's not the same. Okay, so acknowledge that you maintain or reinvent your style, your look, your physique.
At least to look the part.
To look and feel the way you want to.
Okay.
And when it starts with you, then it's easier for that person to be inspired by it. Imagine I cannot instruct my husband to go to the gym. Me as a coach. Because that's not my life.
Yeah.
Marriage is interdependent. You're not a dependent on your husband.
But many of us become dependent.
That's the problem. So we are interdependent. I depend on him and he depends on me. It's vice versa. And then I also depend on myself for some things. Like my health, my well-being, how I look. Did I shower? Your partner cannot ask you if you showered every day. That's a role you need to play.
Yes.
So we are interdependent. So the moment we are dependent on one person to take care of you and then take care of themselves, I think that's a very big burden, and unfortunately somebody cannot bear it.
It's too heavy.
It's heavy.
It's too
and it's
heavy.
Unrealistic. If you are that person's support system, you know the way you say, oh, I love my husband, I love my wife, they are my biggest support. Are you their biggest support as well? Can that be said of you?
Or you're imposing.
Yes.
I feel like we say for better for us, but then we don't look at the fitness angle. Because even when people are preaching, they're like, na ujue ata change.
Yes.
Na ujue huyu mama atabeba watoto, hii mwili utaipenda.
Yes.
Like, we are already allowed to just, I don't know, wither away. And we are asked, will you love me if I still wither away, wither in quotes?
Is that a conversation we actually have in depth?
I feel like it's in general. It's very much in general. And it's mostly geared towards women.
Yes.
That this woman will change. This woman will get babies. Her body will change. Will you still love? But I don't find it reciprocated that this man will change. So maybe when it happens to the man, we are not ready.
Yeah.
And of course, there are changes that happen in marriage. For us, for women, pregnancy changes your body. For men, mostly, they become kitambi inakam sasa because now they are feeding. I don't know if they were not eating well before.
They have delegated some tasks.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
They no longer think about who's doing laundry, what are we eating for dinner, who is taking care of the children. No, he no longer thinks about those. He just focuses on work, and he's at peace and he's settled. Especially if you have a happy marriage and you have a peaceful, you have a peaceful home. They say it's the weight gain comes from happiness.
Umemchunga.
Eh. Now in our area, where I come from in Kikuyu land, you are given a belt. Have you ever seen that scenario in Odoni or Rorashio?
No, I've never.
Where this cake matron, she's laughing because she knows.
I've never heard.
There's a belt that is brought as a gift to him during it's normally during either the unveiling where the ladies are unveiled with mashuka.
What is that?
Exactly. So the unveiling of the mashuka and whatever, and now he has found you, and then now you're being taught how to be a wife. So you're told you'll need to cook, you'll need to raise the children, you'll need to keep a clean home and all that stuff. You will need to feed the other stomach, those stories. Then you're given a belt by his mother. And she says, now I've given you to take over.
Is it still present?
Well, it wasn't done. It's not a tradition. I think it's a thing mothers came up with.
Okay. You're given the belt?
So you're given a belt and you're told, let me just maybe demonstrate. You're told now he's fungaing his belt here. In 1 year, Wajiko, now my name is Wajiko. He needs to be fungaing his belt here.
On the other holes, the further one.
The farthest one on the belt.
Never.
That umemweka vizuri, anakula vizuri, unampakulia vizuri, you are making him happy. Just the same way he's told, your skin. We have given you Maggie with this beautiful skin. Aina alama. Fine girl, no pimple. We need to find her even glowing more. Wow. She's not lacking gold.
I've never had the belt one.
This that I'm wearing was gifted on my Ozoni by my husband. So my auntie will add, you've gifted her this one. In 5 years, she needs to be adorned with more.
Okay.
Okay, so in direct translation, you fatten this man. Okay.
Until it's a problem now.
No, not until it's a problem. Like, let him look like akona afia. Because most of us correlate wealth na afia with being bigger.
Yeah.
When we look at our photos for Kitambo, tulikuwa Wakonda.
You
see? We were not unhealthy.
We don't
Imagine.
Yeah.
We were not unhealthy. We were just smaller. We were in different seasons in our lives. There are some luxuries we could not afford. We need to acknowledge that there are luxuries you can now afford because you are married. Whether you like it or not.
That's true.
Yeah. Because now, especially if you're a 2-income household, now there are things that are not stressing you. Kitambo, you would budget for KFC for months. Now, you just text and say, Aki nasikia njaa. Na crave. It's that time of the month. And he will sort you out quick, fast.
Yeah.
So it was something that was encouraged also. From where I come from, it's encouraged that you guys should be looking like a couple that is happy and is eating well. Okay? But on the flip side now, how far is too far? But are you having also this conversation? Are you sitting down and saying...
It's a difficult conversation.
There's no easy conversation.
Okay, now you see... I think
when we sit down and say...
About your weight.
No, but it's the same thing as when we sit down and say, Maggie, you're spending too much money in this household.
So, Steph, you're becoming fat?
No, that's now I'm coming to...
How to do that conversation.
Not even the how. For me, the most important part of the conversation about fitness, weight gain, weight loss in marriage is when. If you guys are going through it in your marriage, there is stress. There's postpartum depression.
There's no need to.
There's joblessness.
Yes.
There's COVID. There's in-law issues. There's bickering. There's a changeover of a house girl. The mama fu has told.
I get you.
There's political unrest. There's workplace politics. You think the one thing I want to talk about is my weight? I should feel safe at home.
Yeah.
Are you feeling safe at home as you talk about this topic?
Okay.
So when.
When.
Because by the time you're talking about it, I think even within 1 year of marriage, you have gone through the crash course of how to talk to your partner.
And when. When also.
The how you learn so quick. Because you used to just talk to your sisters and your mother and your neighbors and your girlfriends. Now, you talk to this man and then he asks you, who do you think you're talking to? But when you were dating, he never said anything like that. Even you're taken aback. You're like, So the when is so important.
Very.
So if you're going through a season where things are thick, please do not talk about it.
Now I can relate because if you brought it up postpartum, you'd think I don't know. You think, hey,
and let me tell you, if she hadn't lost the weight postpartum, she would not have any moral authority to talk about this.
Yeah, but she lost.
She lost.
Yeah.
So now she has the quote-unquote moral authority to say, you see me, I even had a baby
Yeah.
and I lost the weight.
Yeah.
Na wewe, sembuse wewe.
I like that you've reversed this thing because I never even thought about it.
So
like
for
that. I was
me-
just like, how can we get him to see it? But then now
No, we
are
can't
like,
get
how
him to
can we
see
get
it.
her to see it the
How can
other
we
way?
get her to see
Okay.
that the approach,
Yeah.
it's not about the fact that he needs to lose weight. And he's not in a space to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you earlier, I get so many inquiries from men
Mm-hmm.
who want their wives to train. You have impregnated her 5 times, but now she needs to snap back to what you married. So you're here looking for a trainer on her behalf. Steph, I need you to train my wife. Hey, she's put on so much weight. Babies. I'm like, whose babies? Whose babies? Those are your babies.
Yeah. Okay, men.
Walk this journey.
That can sound so bad now.
Yes.
Yeah, if we talk about it like that.
So
it can sound
walk
so bad.
that journey with your partner to the level where you're like, you also allow them to bring it up. Sometimes you allow your partner to bring up something that is an eyesore for both of you, just because the intervention will be easier. So you're not bulldozing or giving instructions. And then if this is your partner, and you guys are able to have open and
Conversation.
candid communication, then you will know when to address it. And when it's not happening, sometimes you just let it be. I mean, we've learned how to fight the fights that need fighting. The ones that don't need, just put them in a basket. We'll pick them up
Later.
for the petty days. But no, we leave those.
I hear you. I think I have seen. When is the thing?
Yeah,
When?
it's the when. So if you're going through a season where, I mean, even for you, for yourself, without even needing anyone's inspiration that you need to lose weight or you've put on so much weight, people are making comments. There's always a time in someone's life where you feel, I've added weight, I'm not as fit as I would like. I don't fit into my clothes. I don't feel good about how I look. I'm going shopping. I'm not finding stuff. Something triggers you to want to exercise or to do something about your health. Because there's a background. So there's an underlying reason. So if you can't get to that underlying reason with your partner, you're wasting my time and yours. And you'll pay me, as I told you, people pay me for their wives
You
and
just
their
know.
husbands.
You just
Najua tu hiyo pesa ni yangu ya kukula. They won't come
They
unless
won't
you know,
come
they say
unless-
you can take a donkey to the river.
Yeah.
Or
But
a-
you can't force it to take
Cannot
water.
force it to drink.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to get to that level where that conversation is coming out as a point of concern. As a point of concern for that person, then now you offer support. But for you to come and say, nilikulipia gym membership.
Ulinilipia.
Kama nani?
Whew, I hear you. But now, okay, now that we are past that, there
Yeah.
are challenges that come in a marriage
Yeah.
because of fitness or unfitness,
Yeah.
for lack of a
Lack
better
of
word.
fitness.
And as seen in the conversation, she brought up the intimacy issue.
Yes.
What other challenges can... I feel like that's like a major one,
Yes.
probably, because people are physically attracted.
Absolutely.
And now it's becoming an issue as to how my partner looks, which is not translating now to how we feel in bed. How can we navigate such challenges? Given that we are bearing in mind that you're giving someone time and allowing them to be themselves. But now I have to learn. It's
Yeah.
like I have to now learn to love their new person. But these challenges, how do I overcome? I don't know if you get my question.
I do. I would say that intimacy is not just dependent on chemistry. There's chemistry, there's
There's a
your
physical,
emotional
there's emotional,
connection,
yeah, okay.
there's physical, even like down to the nitty-gritties of even how the house looks. Do you remember how your intimacy when you had a small baby? Non-existent.
What is intimacy?
There we go. So it's also affected by seasons.
Yes, yeah.
It's affected by how your house is looking
Yeah.
and how you've set up the home. Honestly speaking, it's even affected by what you had for dinner. We have some, sindio? See, we have some, what are they called? Aphrodisiac meals.
Smoothies.
Yes.
Nimesikia,
Kuna
sijajaribu.
mananasi, kuna vitu mingi watu huongelea. There's a
eh.
lot of things that come up when you talk about intimacy. It's not just about
Physical.
okay. And the flow, was there foreplay, blah, blah, blah. There's also the mental health aspect.
True.
I think that's one that many people don't talk about. If you're not in the right headspace to be intimate with your partner, it doesn't matter how ambient the room is. Ambiance inaweza kuwa aliwasha candles, umevaa hizo pneumonia catchers, amemwaga flowers, sindio? But your head, something is going on, it is stressing you, you came from work, something you did today could mean you might lose your job. Or you had a really bad fallout with a friend, something happened at home, you had an argument with somebody, you are in a government office. Umetoka government office, you've been queuing for 2-3 hours only to be told what you need to do is on the portal. Yeah? So there's a lot that affects intimacy. But of course, your physical fitness will determine your performance, quote unquote.
Yeah, because unachoka.
Yes. So let me also say that the fitness industry, and this I take responsibility for as my brand here. Us guys are very good at putting out sexy pictures. Tunaka tu snack sisi yuko kwa page. The whole page you look like a snack from morning to evening. What we don't talk about to you people enough is the fact that fitness improves your sexual life.
Yeah. That's very true.
And some clients will point blank come and tell you, siku hizi, this style hainichokeshi. I think ni hii exercise. And if they're in that season of... because I think even in marriage, there are seasons of high intimacy and those that are not.
Yeah.
Sindio? Because it's all about seasons. Sometimes things are really good. Sometimes things are just there. Sometimes you are roommates. Sometimes you guys are on chat the entire day. So somebody will come and tell you, I think during this season, things are good. And then now you've noticed, even you, that you're enjoying it more. You guys are in a good space. Financially, things are good in your marriage. So it's not affected by fitness only. There are very many things that are intertwined. But yes, improving your fitness will improve your sex life.
Very true.
Yeah, and there are some people who come for that only. That's all they want, and they won't tell you. They just say, oh, I just want to be very fit. We know what that means. I want to be very fit. I want to, there's a way I want to look. There's a way I want to feel. The other thing that fitness does for you, when you think about it in terms of intimacy, it improves your self-esteem and your confidence.
Very true. So you utakuwa,
somebody once commented on one of my photos, and it's an old photo. It's on my Instagram somewhere, I think in 2016 or 17. And he said, I want to look the way you feel.
In this photo.
Yeah. Because people look at people who train and they're like, what is this you guys have that munaka? And even when you walk into a room,
you own it.
Yes. The way you walk into us. We are not stopped by security. Mahad body, we are not stopped by security. Yes, Madam Abaria Leo, where are you going? This guy didn't even know where I was going. He just opened the gate.
Yeah.
So there's a self-esteem and confidence boost that comes from exercise. That will directly affect your intimacy. You'll feel like, okay, I look the part. Nikivaa hii lingerie inanitoshea vile nataka. So it does get affected, but just know that it's not the only thing. It rotates around.
It's not the only thing. And as we can tell even from maybe the DM, there are more things
There's
going
a lot
on.
more. There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask now, you married me bigger. I've been like that for a while, but I want better for myself.
Yes.
And then I've lost so much weight, and now you're like, who's this? You don't like it anymore.
What happened?
What happened? Like, sometimes it can happen. Lifestyle changes can happen, and they're allowed to happen because everyone is allowed to change their mind. But then what if it affects your partner to a point they can't really relate? Who is this? How do we go around such situations in marriage?
I would say one of the most important things is support. Unwavering support. Your partner needs to feel supported even through a season that you're not understanding.
Ooh. Hey, for better for us,
I think once the worst comes before the better.
The worst comes
like in my marriage, the worst came before the better. We're like, huko ni wapi?
Hapa ni wapi?
You are disturbed badly. But if you can offer unwavering support, and it's tough.
And it's hard.
Tough.
It's very hard.
Because you loved this person. I said in the beginning, your partner married you for who you are, but also for what you look like. That's the image they bought into. It's like you're ordering something online and then what you get is not the same thing. Very quickly, you call that supplier, like, this is not what I ordered.
Yeah.
Was there a mix-up? I want a refund.
Yeah.
So what makes you think that you will not have the same approach in your marriage?
Or it's natural.
Your boyfriend, it's human.
It's human.
Your boyfriend showed you how he can take care of all your needs. Now he's complaining your hair is expensive.
What you ordered versus what you got.
What you ordered versus what you got.
Yeah.
So you need to understand that your partner has a right to be disgruntled and displeased. However, are they still supportive of you? Okay? So it's okay to have an opinion and have a perspective and a feeling. You'll always have a feeling about what happened. Hey, like my wife, how many of us are told, na nyinyi mnafanya wamama wakonde sana, hatutaki hivyo. My boys. Okay? They want you to keep fit, but don't help her to lose too much weight. Now she's lost
it's too much.
Okay? Or even if you get very fit, even us will be like, hey, Maggie. We liked you the other way. I think Kit has even talked about it on her channel. And she said, somebody said that I liked you with Nyash.
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
We get too entitled.
We do. However, your partner is entitled, sorry to say.
Aye.
They are entitled, but that does not mean they bulldoze that agenda to revert back to factory settings.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
They are, because that's even you, that's what you presented.
Yeah.
There are certain dresses you used to wear when you're going on a date, and then the others used to wear when you're going to meet your girlfriend. And certain shoes.
Yeah. But sasa umeshinda na dira.
Bas.
Okay, there.
I think now we are on the same page.
Now we're on the same wavelength.
So it is an interdependent institution.
Yeah.
Know that the choices you make or choose not to make will affect your partner. It's just like if you squander our money, our children might not go to school.
Okay.
Why are we not looking at the fitness in the same way?
Yeah.
If I don't take care of my health, my weight gain will affect my partner.
Definitely.
Yeah. So if you come from that perspective, like put yourself in their shoes. If your partner is the one complaining you've put on too much weight, if they were to put on too much weight, how would you feel?
Bothered?
Yes. But do you feel bothered to bring them down and attack them?
No, concerned. Concerned is the word.
Yes.
Concerned about, hey, are you, there's also health issues. Yeah.
And let's stop behaving like when you get married now, the feelings are left at the door.
No.
In fact, you come in with all of them plus more. Because now this is your place. This is your house now. You are the wife. You are the husband. Now you have a right to feel the you're feeling.
Yes.
But however, you don't have a right to always express it and bring that person down by that. So if you can offer unwavering support, just know that it will be an easier approach and that person will take it even better. The other thing I want to say is that people get married and it's not one person who puts on weight. Let's be honest. Suddenly, kwanza, when you're in that honeymoon stage,
Ay, my lovings.
I brought you chocolate.
Ay,
This guy is the one who's actually fattening you. Or you are the one fattening him.
So you also have a responsibility.
You have a responsibility.
Okay.
You are fattening him. Because you have to make him breakfast. Anapenda breakfast yake hivi. Hey.
Even if you know it's not the best option.
How many of us are cooking sausages and bacon for our husbands every morning? And throwing down on Sunday brunch. Just the two of you. With full setup plus mimosas.
Shouting.
So you, that weight gain, you have nothing you played a part in?
Steph, you are shouting. Unanyonga wanini pale?
Wanini anakufa. Kufa dereva, kufa makanga.
Yeah.
Because just the same way, if your household is fogodhari, ama inakatufwa, dan ataulizwaje? Hey bana, bibi yako kwani what is happening?
Yeah.
They would come to you directly first.
Yeah.
They'll also ask him what's going on.
Yeah. Is everything okay?
So it is affecting him.
Yeah.
Whether he's the one responsible for it or not.
That's why she's bothered.
Exactly. So you also need to acknowledge that some of these things happen because of things we are doing, the two of us. There are choices we are. If you guys are broke, the two of you, you're playing a part in being broke. The two of you.
Yes.
Stop behaving like it's just one person who is buying shoes.
So if we are fat,
Just one person who is buying Huyu anashindaga tu akifanya shopping.
Oh, nakula.
And you? Do you know, even not saying anything about it is a choice you're making? If somebody is, first of all, women, you are in charge of what is eaten in that household.
True.
So if what is being eaten in that household is what is leading to this weight gain, you have a part to play. And that's because most of us are the ones who are in charge of the kitchen. Just the same way, if your marriage is financially struggling, people look at your husband quick fast.
Yeah, because they assume that's his
He's
role.
the provider.
He's the provider.
Na siku hizi Magi ameparara. Bwana yake.
Kwani alimwacha akatoka hiyo kwa
Kwani huyo
nyumba?
mtu aliolewa na nani?
Hey,
Or if you start looking good.
I hear you.
I hear you. There's a reel I saw on Instagram and it triggered me badly. About this chick somebody looks at her and tells her, Aki, your skin is glowing. Your husband is keeping you really well. And she's like, it is my serum. I buy it. It's my skincare. I have bought this skincare. You've given him all the credit.
Yeah.
Yet me, I'm the one who invested in skincare routines. So you see, he gets the credit very quickly. If you start looking nice, driving a car, we quickly give that's how we are socialized, whether we like it or not. So just know that the choices you're making and the ones you're choosing not to make are affecting you and him.
Period.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Loud as that
Loud as that was. Hey,
Kuko.
I need to swallow.
Even
I need to
Kuko.
swallow.
Even your kuko.
So there's this other aspect that also shows up in marriage and fitness, where tumenona wote. Now we need to lose weight. To decide. We are in agreement. Hey, babe, we need to get healthy.
Yeah.
But in agreeing, basi what will we do? We go to the gym together. Then without knowing it, we become codependent. We are in this society.
Yeah.
How can you break that cycle? Actually, let me tell you, me, I'm a victim. Me, I'm a victim. Tumenona water, yes. We also love cycling, yeah. Let's cycle. Then we'll cycle together every day, every Saturday at this and this time. But because those stretches for me are like not safe, let's say we cycle along the bypass, I need him to be there.
Yeah.
So I dropped my Saturday rides. It's foolish.
Very.
Guy.
I like that you are the one who said it and not me. I just affirmed it.
Yeah, so how can you break codependency in marriage? For sure there is. You can get easily.
Can I ask you a very provoking question?
Please do.
If you were admitted for your health today, would Dan take the bed right next to you in the ward?
Takwa tu solo.
He will be there. He tells you, okay, nimekuletea matunda. Daktari amesema uache chumvi. And then he leaves you and goes home.
And then you make your own decisions from there.
And then you deal with the health crisis on your own.
On your own.
So take personal responsibility for your health and your fitness as an individual. Before you got married, you are a complete, self-sustaining, independent individual. How come you got married and then you're thinking, behave, let me consult even about your health?
Stupid.
No.
Yeah.
Not in the right place. So take responsibility for your own health. And that also relates to your husband. So everybody in an institution of marriage, you must take your own responsibility for your health and your fitness. So if you decide, okay, mumenona wote sawa, but the act of working out is individual.
Yes.
The act of eating less amount of food, if that is what you're needing to do, is dependent on you, how you serve your plate. It's not him who will serve you less food. It's not him who will eat that less food. It is you. So find a way to take personal responsibility and improve yourself. I once had a preacher who was preaching in the church I used to be in, and he was talking about marriage that day. And he said, almost all marriages will work if one person does 100%. If just one person would offer themselves to do 100%, that marriage will most likely work. But now we want to split. So nataka kukonda, but pia we unafaa kuparticipate.
Hey, umeleta hiyo analogy kwa fitness aki, okay, yeah.
So it applies, and fitness is directly affected by the daily habits that you have. You can't adopt a healthy and discipline if you're not a disciplined person. I keep talking about discipline on my page. People keep asking, Aki, you're so consistent and motivated. How do you do it? I'm not motivated.
Just show up. Discipline.
I am disciplined.
Yeah.
And even in your marriage, if you guys are not disciplined, your finances will suffer.
Everything.
Your parenting will suffer. Your relationships with your friends will suffer. Your relationships with your family will suffer. Your household will collapse if you guys are not disciplined to pay your bills, pay your rent on time, take care of your children, nurture them, have personal values, go to work. Okay? Take care of your health. So they are intertwined, and you must know that you must take personal responsibility. Your health cannot be
someone
somebody
else's responsibility. Which brings me to the same point we were talking about, control.
Yeah.
There's this spouse who wants to control an aspect of the other spouse. And you've also talked about people who are paying on behalf. What would you tell that person?
Wacha kujituma, please. Why are we giving ourselves work that is not ours?
It's not ours.
The success of your career is dependent on you. You're not the one who decides today you're wearing this shirt because this is the one that this color ndio inawaking in a meeting. That's not your responsibility. You let that person decide for themselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes I have so many couples who the lady decided to get fit for herself, for her health, for her well-being, for her confidence. And her husband is like, I want some of that. Just by looking
It's
at her.
easier,
Even in
actually.
the Bible.
Even I've fallen victim of that analogy.
Yes.
Where I saw him work out and my friends were not even sparing. Hey, you look good.
You're like,
And
hata mi
then
nataka
they don't
hizo
tell me.
comments.
Hata mi nataka.
Even in the Bible it says, the people Christians like to, I am not attacking them, but I'm just quoting what is normally there. People really talk about do not be yoked to non-believers. So we are not getting married to somebody who's not saved like us.
Yet the Bible says.
However, the Bible says that if you choose to be married to an unbeliever,
yes.
yeah, live your life in a manner that your faith inspires them to believe in that same God.
That, I believe we've gotten even the verse for this.
Yeah. So
Discussion.
at that point where you're the one now, you're uko na manotes hapo.
Yeah.
Steph, you need to, these are the kilos you need to, do your part.
Inspire me.
And then inspire that person and encourage them so that when they reach that point where they want to start on this journey, they know you are there for them. If you look at, I am very inspired by my husband and how frugal he is. Me, I can be a spender. Mimi pesa tunachafua huku. We are painting. I don't shop a lot, but I'll spend it on, especially things that I think improve the quality of my life. I'll just kasirika and buy a mattress worth 100,000 because I will sleep better, and my sleep is so key.
It's so important.
Yeah? I'll change my curtains. My husband will always say, let's think about it and then we decide tomorrow. He
So that
hasn't
you've
ruled
thought
it out.
about it.
Yeah, and then I sleep on it. I'm like,
Yeah.
baby, it's not urgent.
Yeah.
I like how he thinks very quickly like
Yeah.
that. His first approach is, let's think about it.
Yeah.
I'm not ruling it out. Let's think about it. In the beginning, I used to find it so annoying.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're indecisive. That's what I told him once. Told me you are indecisive. Tutashinda hapa Monday.
Yeah.
But
Tutashinda tukifikiria
but
hii kitu
he likes to do his research. He mellows into the idea. He weighs the pros, the cons, the urgency. We write a list, priorities. This is what is most urgent. And we've not found ourselves in a crisis because the things that were urgent were done. The ones that were not waited. And then they were done at the right time. So before you tell somebody they need to work out, you also need to,
What
let
are
them
you
warm
doing?
up to the idea.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And don't come from a pedestal and say, me? You know me. me, I eat my veggies. You just put them on the side of the plate. It's not rocket science that men don't eat vegetables. It's a thing we see more. They are more on the meat and protein side than us. Us, we like sweet things.
Yeah.
And then we are obsessed about salads because of what the media has told us. It has nothing to do with us. I think we were all the same. But we've been cultured to think, you don't want to add too much weight, so make sure your food has veggies.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, many women are just losing weight forever. This weight loss is a multi-million-dollar business.
Yes.
You need to know that the agenda that trainer has is to train you, but to make money.
Yeah.
I'm here to make money.
Yeah.
And women are constantly losing weight. Why are women losing weight forever? You are losing weight 2018, 2019, 2020.
Because it's always in our
2021,
faces that the weight
2022.
is an issue. It's always,
Yeah.
and then I think the social media has just enhanced it.
Yes. And that is why we are constantly judging people on weight, left, right, and center.
Yes.
So if you are to think about it, if you guys decide, we want to improve our health this year, then fitness will come somewhere there. Your nutrition in the household, how you guys shop, date night. I'm coming to date night.
Guy.
Jefika uko,
Wa?
tuendelee.
Sasa tunataka kwenda hiyo date night cause tunafaa kwenda date night na mimi nafanya intermittent fasting.
Sasa unaona.
Sunny time na date night. As in, there's so much.
Na
There's
pia
so
hizi
much
date
about
night.
fitness and marriage.
Yes, na
Yeah.
hizi date night pia tunafanya, you're increasing how much you guys are eating out.
Yeah.
You don't think it's affecting your fitness and your health? You probably are gaining weight because of how many date
So-
nights you guys are loving on each other out
Funny
there.
Steph, you're saying we don't go for date night.
I did not say that. But you can also do a date night at home. Have the kids go to mom's place. Yeah?
sips
Set up,
coffee. Yeah.
have a nice home cooked for me.
Yes.
But this is me. This is very personal.
Yeah.
I'm not big on, us guys don't eat out a lot. We just don't like it. The fatty foods, the deep fried stuff, the 10 courses, I just get irritated. And I love food. I enjoy being
Healthy
at home.
home meals.
I enjoy a home cooked meal.
I
It
love
might
your
be
banana
loaded.
bread recipe. Trust me.
I love a nice
Yeah.
home cooked
Yeah.
meal. My first instinct on a celebration we are having at home is to bake the cake myself. That's my first instinct.
Aye. Is to buy the cake. Me.
Because I want it when the celebration involves other people outside, many people, then I'll outsource that function. But when it's me, I will bake the cake so that the process is also part of my action towards whatever we are celebrating. I took time to bake the cake.
And it's a healthy cake.
No, there's no healthy cake.
Okay.
It's a yummy cake baked with love.
Okay.
You get where I'm coming
Yes,
from?
yes.
So for me, a nice date night is we are watching a movie,
Chilled out at
we are
home.
chilled out at home, kids are not here, we've dimmed the lights, I lit a candle, no pressure for if we get high at who's driving. We can both get high if we're getting high. We chill there, we enjoy, we talk freely. But now the frequency of date night, because social media has told us we must go on a date every week.
Not sustainable.
Financially, not a good idea.
But there's someone who's actually bought that idea.
Nutrition-wise, at the other is your marriage
Yes.
will collapse.
Yes.
Nutrition-wise, you
Yeah.
have no idea what is in that food. So this food is loaded. If you guys are the people who work in offices and you eat
sit
out,
all day.
you sit all day and then you guys
Yeah.
eat kibanda or you order takeout in the office every day. And then you add a date night. And then Saturday you're at a function. Then Sunday you're out with the kids for cheapo. It will play. It will count a number up or you're wondering how did we add weight. It's the things that you're now doing. One, because you're trying to nurture the relationship. So you don't have ill intentions. You're nurturing the relationship. And also, you guys are more economically able to do this. When we were dating,
When
there
we were
no-
hustling.
When we were hustling, Uko, it would be, does he buy you chips or does he give you fare?
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
And
But now
it
we
would
can
be,
afford both.
now you can afford both. You can
Yeah.
afford to Uber her because you have the car.
Yeah.
And then take her out. She eats whatever she wants. He eats whatever he wants. You drink mzinga, mnachafua na mzinga because you guys can afford it. It is affecting your fitness and your nutrition. So some of these habits, if you guys just decided our dates will now be active dates. We go for a walk, we go for a hike, we go zip lining, we go for a swim, go for a ride.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Get a bike mount at the back of your car. Go ride in Karura, it is safe.
Yeah.
So the day you guys are cycling together, of course you need to learn how to cycle on your own.
Yes.
But the day you're cycling together, mount your bikes at the back of your
Yeah.
car, go to the forest, cycle, have a smoothie or have some fruits, have a lean coffee, go. You'll have done so much more and you guys will even bond more because you're not busy eating. Because us guys just want to bond over food and alcohol.
Oh, we are
And this is
really-
not just marriage, it's
we-
just all of us. We are
yes.
socializing. If
Food
there's no
with
food
emotions,
and
yeah.
alcohol, then it's affecting our health in the long run and we are not seeing that. So,
Ooh, I think I have learned a lot.
Yeah.
Especially on unwavering support. What for better, for worse, really actually
What it
means
actually
when it
means.
comes to fitness
Yeah.
and not obsessing over my partner and focus on myself
Yes.
also. Learning to be independent in the situation
Yes.
that it's affecting you. I don't know if you have any other thing to add.
I have a few points I want to
Okay.
highlight as we finish
Uh-huh.
that couples can consider doing that will have a positive effect
Okay.
on your
Fitness in
well-being.
marriage, yes.
Let me even just talk about it as your well-being, because
Yes.
your fitness will affect everything else that is going on in your marriage.
True.
Book annual health checks as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Let's know what we are working with, especially for men. You know, men, it's all about down to the numbers. For them, he's like, yeah, he weighs 100 kilos. Yeah, many men his age are looking like that. Now they look like they have money. For them, it comes with status.
Yes.
A guy who's thin and lanky and
People
anakaa
will
tu
get
shida.
concerned.
There's one guy who, one guy told me he's not planning to lose weight anytime soon. He's actually on the gain because it has positively affected his business. He sells land.
Hey.
So he drives this huge SUV 4x4. Akishuka kwa hiyo gari, anakaa mtu mpaka akalea ndevu, so that he's selling commercial land that attracts tens of millions, tens to hundreds of millions.
Yeah, you trust that guy to sell you land.
Exactly.
I can see what image
So when
does
he
there.
comes to sell you the land, and he's not selling to his peers, as we can't afford that land, he's selling to people who are Kinamade's age, who have now, they have disposable income to buy big tracts of land for developing.
Settled.
He looks settled.
Huyu
He
ako
looks
settled.
like
Aye.
hana njaa huyu hata kula pesa yetu.
Good. Nice one.
Okay? So if you can know what you're working with,
Yeah.
have annual health checks. We have very many companies, Tibu Health, Columbia, name even general outpatient facilities, all private and public hospitals offer health checks. Go have a health check every once in a year as a couple. Know what you're working with. Where is your blood pressure? What's your blood sugar looking like? Cholesterol levels. Those are, they creep
Very
up on
important.
us.
Very, very,
Badly,
very important.
joint issues and other non-communicable diseases. The second thing I mentioned earlier, have some fun dates that involve some physical activity.
That is something
Yeah.
we did this year. It's
Yes.
nice.
It's very nice.
For both of you.
Yes.
For both of you.
So make your date night, if you're having one, of course,
yeah.
manage the frequency and what you're consuming. Choose restaurants that are more inclined with the health and fitness goals that you guys have. Go bowling, go cycling,
Walk.
go for a walk.
Yeah.
I used to love
yeah.
going for a walk. Now it's hard because our schedules have changed, so we don't get time to go for a walk. But we used to walk a lot together. So go for a walk, go cycle, go hiking.
Okay. Choose fitness activity.
Some physical
as
activity.
dates
So it
also.
might not be a
Yeah.
fitness activity because that's a structured workout.
Yeah.
But go for some physical activity.
Physical
inclined
activity.
dates.
Okay. Yeah.
And then plan what a healthy lifestyle looks like for you guys at home and outside of home. Take charge of what is being consumed in your household.
True.
Okay, before we start blaming everything else out here, the big fast food companies, what we are eating at home is playing a huge part.
True.
Yeah. So what are we eating in the house? Do we have a menu? Is there a meal plan?
Is it balanced?
And I know many women will say, oh, I write a menu, and then Mzee doesn't eat what is on the menu.
Anakamna nyama.
Have you involved that partner in coming up with that meal plan?
Huku console.
Mi kwanza nakujua wewe kwanza.
Najua. Najua kenye unaenda kusema. Najua kenye unaenda kusema. How I use it as a weapon.
Yeah, mkiwa na beef unampikia ile kitu.
Episode I changed.
Yeah, mkiwa na beef hiyo ndio siku unapika githeri na unajua hapendi githeri.
Najua hapendi.
Then he comes and fries his eggs in rebellion. In true rebellion.
So actually what I'm hearing you say is involve them.
Yes.
Because it almost feels like dictation. Sijaifikiria kumuuliza wewe unaona tukule nini Wednesday. Because ni bado tu mimi nitadecide.
Yeah, and not every day. You don't have to involve that person every day. He doesn't even want to be involved every
just
day.
once, like what would you love
But
to have this week?
you can include, like, you know, he likes this meal.
Yeah.
Put it on the day he's home early.
Yeah.
Even for you. So you have your day, the day you're eating that githeri that you really love. Me, I love githeri. So the day
you
we
love
are having,
githeri.
Yeah.
I know you love
so
githeri.
So the day we're eating githeri, me, that's the day I don't have too much work. I have time to prepare it nicely and sit down and enjoy it with the kids.
Yeah.
That day he doesn't like githeri this hour too, but there's a day
He's
his
coming.
ugali and greens.
Yes.
That day there's his day as well. So involve your partner in what you guys are planning for the meals. You want to introduce something new. Say, we are trying this today. We see how people like it. If it's not a win, you can make it on the day there's other leftovers. People can actually have options.
Yes.
However, don't create too much leeway for indecisiveness when it comes to your fitness and your nutrition.
Okay.
So create some sort of structure. The undying support and encouragement is very
Is
crucial.
what marriage is.
Yes. So just the way you're supporting him during those seasons
That's
when he
just
doesn't
the way.
have a job,
Yeah.
support him during this season when his health is not at the best place. And for you as well. Just the same way we want our husbands to understand us when we've just had a baby.
Yeah.
And my stomach still looks big and I still look like I'm still pregnant. You want people to make comments and he fights for you. So the last thing you want to be doing is saying, Aki amenona to your girlfriends.
Okay.
Unaanika nani?
Yeah.
Ukianika bwana yako unaanika nani?
Wewe.
You are, that was your choice. My mom keeps saying,
Huyo ni chaguo lako.
Ndio hiyo. Huyo ndio wewe ulichagua. Nobody forced you. You chose that person. Ni wako.
Okay.
Yeah? So have undying support and encouragement. Lead from the front or lead by example. You improve your health, you improve your lifestyle, you improve your fitness, improve your nutrition.
It will
Stop
inspire.
looking for other people to start first because
Yes.
they are bigger than you.
No.
Kwanza, sorry to say, smaller people, some of them are very unhealthy because their bodies deceive us that they are healthy.
Yes.
Health markers have only one part to do with weight. There's body fat percentage, there's cardiovascular health, there's cholesterol, there's blood pressure and blood sugar. There's bone density. There are so many things. So you might be weighing very little kilos, but you are hanging on a string. And then somebody else who's looking fat and big is not unhealthy. All their markers are good. So the assumption that somebody is smaller, they're healthier, that one is not true.
Yeah.
Make your marriage a judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
The last place you want to be told you have put on too much weight, you become too fat, or you are looking, or you are talking,
Is your marriage.
is your marriage.
Wow.
That is your safe space.
Hapo ndio itakuumiza.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your safe space. The person you want to be telling you, don't worry, you'll figure it out. And when you figure it out, they're there to tell you, see, you did it.
Yeah.
Or they're encouraging you. Like for me, when it comes to the equipment that I have, whether it's for content creation or for fitness, my husband has bought a lot of it. He's like, let me buy for you that. That is support. So
Yes.
where I'm struggling with something where it's a challenge.
You're
to me,
already doing it,
Yes.
but you're struggling.
yes,
Yeah.
he's there to support me. So
Yeah.
be there to support your partner. Make your home and your relationship the place where that person is not judged. They can come to you and say, by the way, this weight has been affecting me.
Yeah.
Even if I'm behaving like I am not being affected, you can hear them out. Go for therapy. Individually
Yes.
first, and then if possible together.
Together.
Yeah. The together therapy that we are hell-bent on is not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
Some of us are okay talking about our spouses without sounding bad and slanderous. Others don't want to talk about the relationship with anybody else except the person they're in the relationship with.
Yeah, but isn't that not healthy?
Healthy is what you guys decide in your marriage.
You stay shouting.
If it's working for you,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good on you. Maybe it's not working for me. Me, I know for sure, like for me, when we have conflict, we sit down. First, we put it aside. Because I'm very reactive, he's not confrontational. Mimi, hapana,
Sahi.
hapa.
Tumalizane.
Tell me in my face.
Yeah.
And then some things are said and you're like, that was not a very wise move.
Yeah.
We hardly deal with conflict at that point in time, and we don't involve many people. Because what I've noticed is the people you involve out there, they'll use it against you.
Yep. That's true.
So if you can't go for therapy by yourself first, process what you're feeling and how you're responding to it, fine. If you can go, the two of you, even better, if it works for you. But don't sit and say, you saw someone. And then us guys are put on a pedestal as content creators, influencers,
Nani
whatever you want
wanafanya
to.
hivi.
Ati hata nani wanaendaga therapy. Or you look at their posts on Instagram, you're like, look at the way they look happily married. Wanashoot mpaka reels pamoja. Me, my husband is not on social media.
Uko happily married.
So siko happily married. Kuna mtu hata aliniuliza ati, why are you posting his hand na you don't want to show us? I'm like, hataki kuonekana.
Yeah.
And I even went to Google and I googled Stephanie Mwaura, nikapata Stephanie Mwaura husband. Tafuteni sana, hakuna picha yake mahali. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
All the best. When you find one, please send it to me. It's not his thing.
Yes, it's
he
just
supports
not
my
his thing.
job.
Yeah.
He acknowledges that I need to shoot content. If I need him in the content, I request, would you like? If he says no, I respect that. So whatever is working for the couples you're seeing on social media might not work for your marriage.
True. And
Yeah.
might not be even the true reflection.
Yes,
Yeah.
therapy is also expensive. Some
Yeah.
people can afford it. You guys, you're struggling with putting food on the table, and then you're talking about therapy.
I am Talipaji.
Aye. So be realistic. Sit down and discuss. This is what we need to deal with. Do we talk about it now? If the person is not ready to adopt, remember we said the when is more important than the how.
The when. That's my biggest takeaway, by
Yeah.
the way. The
So if
when.
you decide, okay, now is the time we discuss this issue, let's discuss it. Last
Okay.
but not least, set some fitness goals for yourself.
For yourself, not for your person. Not for your
So
person.
you're turning this
Guy.
age. Unapanga tu photoshoot, but your photoshoot unataka kukaaje. So for yourself,
Yes.
I want to be this fit. I want to climb this mountain. I want to ride this far. I want to swim this much. You decided to swim this year.
Yes.
Look at you. Did you need Dan to come with you to
Nope.
the pool?
And
Yeah.
he was a swimming coach at one point in
Look,
his life.
look.
I hear you.
So
I hear you.
it's a very personal thing, but just be careful not to impose and bulldoze. It will not work out well for you. And don't come up like you are the one who is so good.
Yes.
You're so good. You're so fit.
Niko sawa.
You're so snatched. Sometimes it's even your genetics. You've never done.
Nika skincare.
My husband has never stepped into a gym. Mine, I'm a coach. He doesn't. He trains when he wants.
But he looks good too.
Very good. He actually looks like a product of my work.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. By the way, I've learned. Yeah. Thank you for this coaching session for couples.
I'm sending you an invoice.
Yeah.
Hakuna vitu za bure.
If you want, by the way, fitness advice, I think I did a consultation.
Yes, you did
with
a
Is that
one-on-one
what we call
consultation.
coaching?
No, that was not coaching.
That's like a snippet. It's
That was
just
a deep dive
consultation.
where you
Yeah.
get to experience
Yeah.
how I work,
Yeah.
my approach. And then after that, you make a decision of whether you want me to coach you or
Okay.
not. Many people even just stop at the consultation.
Yeah.
After that, they get
Because they know what to do
Now
after
they know
that.
what to do.
Because that's what you helped me
Yes.
with also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you really want to learn more about fitness, check out Fitness by
Stephanie.
Yes. On Instagram, she has amazing, wholesome content on that. I have loved this conversation. I hope you've enjoyed as well.
Yeah.
My biggest takeaway, by the way, is about the when and also support.
Yeah.
Support. What support looks like in fitness, because we can separate fitness from the marriage, but it's part of it.
It is part
Yeah,
of it.
so thank you, Stephanie. Aki, thank you for sharing this. Ooh.
Thank you for
As the
having
first
me.
episode, I'm really
Yeah,
honored
we are off
to
to a
have
good
had this
start.
powerful conversation. Remember to subscribe. Remember to follow her on Instagram, Fitness by Stephanie. Remember to also check out this podcast. If you're into podcasts, it's available on all podcast platforms. And yeah, until next time, bye-bye.